Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the full year 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on, especially because we're taking a look at full year here. So you're going to want as much information as you can possibly get. But with that being said, let's go. Oh, really quick. If you have not done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and jump in and get started. It's going to be really similar to my typical reading. So in column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close. So just the last year, taking a look at what's coming to an end for you, kind of a reflection of 2022. Column number 2 is going to be general, what's coming for 2023. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're also going to do a crystal of the year, 3 yes or no questions, a healing note, an angel wish, and letting go note. So a few extra bonuses there at the end. But again, going back to column number 1, what's wrapping up and coming to a close, we have the summary card of consistency. I like this energy, Sagittarius. Consistency is kind of one of those things that's like the key to success. So consistency is a real enabler, but I like this. This means like your plan was to save money and you were able to do that consistently, or your plan was to work out consistently and you did that. So consistency feels like it had really good energy for you going through 2022. Again, it was kind of one of those things that helped in the success of some of the things you were working on. So nice energy there. Let's go ahead and take a look though and see what messages we have coming through here. We have all major arcana cards. But let's see here. Going through the first one, we have the Emperor. The Emperor is a really long-term card. It's very strategic. It's about making the right moves and setting yourself up for success. I really like to see this. So here I feel like this was not only setting yourself up for success in 2023, but even going forward from that. So you made a lot of really good moves in 2022, Sagittarius, again, setting yourself up for a future there. The next card that we have is the Star card. The Star card is a card of renewal, hope, clarity. I feel like some of you could have kind of been in a low spot or in a lull before going into 2022. And 2022 really renewed your energies, got you back on path, got your vision clear. There's a lot of hope for the future and where you want to go, and you did a lot of planning for that as well. And then at the bottom here, we have the Chariot. I'm not surprised to see this. So somebody once described the Chariot card to me as the Vroom Vroom card. And it means there's action, there's change. It's about being on a journey. And again, I feel like 2022 is kind of your redemption year to get back on track, get your planning right, feel good about things and feel energized and feel renewed. You could have also gotten a new vehicle with the Chariot. So some of you, new car in 2022 there with the Chariot. Let's go ahead and clarify though and see if there's any other messages here. The first card that we have is the 3 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles is a card of just really doing quality, skilled work. You put in the time, you put in the effort, you took the action that you needed to. This was like quality planning. These were, again, really strategic, thoughtful moves. So a reflection of the hard work there, and of course some of the payoff that you're going to get with the Emperor. The next card that we have is the 2 of Pentacles. When I see the 2 of Pentacles, oftentimes this is a busy card. This is having to do a lot of things at once. But I think you did a really good job of managing and juggling all of the priorities and tasks that you had, Sagittarius. So I like to see that as well. This could be an indicator of a really important decision too, a decision that you proactively made to kind of like increase your energy or renew yourself as well. And at the bottom here, we have the Fool card. The Fool card is the first card in the Major Arcana. It's fresh hope. It's taking chances. It's going on a new path or adventure. Again, really setting yourself up for success. If you didn't get this kind of new beginning in 2022, with it being the bottom last card here, you definitely will in 2023. Again, some of you may have already had this new beginning, but again, it gets on top of the chariot, so this could be your journey into 2023 with this new beginning as well. New opportunity, which it seems like you've done a lot to align yourself for. Okay, let's take a look at our next column now, which is just a general peek at some of the items for 2023. We have the card connection. Connection is pretty literal. This is about being open and being vulnerable and allowing yourself to connect with someone on a human level. So I think there's going to be a new really meaningful relationship this year for you. I'm just going to throw out some things. This could be a new friendship. This could be a new love interest relationship. You could get reconnected with a parent. You could be having a child. This is a very sincere, deep connection. So just know that there is some sort of new relationship there coming for you. But let's see what other messages we have going on here. The first card that we have is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a card of surprise gifts. There's going to be some sort of surprise coming in. I don't know that I love the word gift that's associated with this card with it too. It very well could be, but I feel like this could be an inheritance, a bonus. Somebody could gift you a car. You may inherit a house or something of that sort. But there does seem to be some sort of large gift coming in. It could be financial, but it may not be like paper money, if that makes sense. So large gift coming in. The next card that we have is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very intentional, very strategic. I like to see this because with the Emperor, you were working really hard and staying consistent on getting yourself on the right path. The King of Swords is going to carry that forward, continuing to be intentional, continuing to be strategic. Sometimes with the King of Swords, this is a card of getting professional help. And this is probably not a relevant example, but for example's sake, it's like if your car is broken down, taking it to the mechanic to get that appropriate professional help. You may be meeting with like a career planner, a financial advisor, some sort of investment situation. So just be aware of that, but very strategic, continuing to move forward. I just see you like going one step after next, moving forward towards that goal. At the bottom here, we have the Lover's card. The Lover's card is, of course, a card of deep love, partnership, strength together. Not surprised to see this because the connection card at the top. This could be going from like boyfriend, girlfriend to husband, wife, or again, having a baby, having a new friend. You could be getting a new animal even that's really connected, but definitely some sort of new love connection there happening. Let's take a look though, clarify out, see what other messages we have. The first card that we have is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a card of nightmare, anxiety, grief, depression. I do think that for some of you, the gift could come in terms of inheritance. So somebody could be passing and you could be getting an inheritance. So sorry for those of you that do kind of go through that loss. That would maybe be the grief of the Nine of Swords. For some of you, though, there's just like something you're worried about and you end up getting gifted it. Maybe you're like, I don't know how I'm ever going to buy a house. And again, then you inherit a house. Or perhaps you've been riding the bus for several years now and you're given the opportunity to get a car that maybe you wouldn't be able to afford typically. It's like being given whatever you need, whatever you're worried about here. So nice pairing of energy there. It's again, filling the need of something that maybe you didn't have. Then at the bottom, or excuse me, our next clarifier here is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is very resourceful, very domestic though. So I want to focus in on that. Again, a card of relationships, whether this is friendship, marriage, love interest, child, very relationship-like energy coming through here. So definitely, again, that new connection is coming in. The Queen of Pentacles is also very resourceful. So again, leveraging that professional to either give like career coaching or mentorship, or maybe again it's an investment advisor that's helping you be resourceful with your resources. The Queen of Pentacles is all about being resourceful. At the bottom here, we have the Sun card. I love to see this in terms of good cards in the tarot deck. It really doesn't get much better than the Sun card. This is a card of material happiness, choice, outcomes, success. That's kind of just setting the tone for 2023 for you. So I love to see that. Overall, it's going to be a happy, joyous, successful year for you. This is also a reflection of this relationship too. Happy, successful, joyous. Okay, moving on to our next column, we're going to take a look at anything related to money. I did get this new deck that's like all about money cards, so we're going to give you a money message to start with. In this case, it's an affirmation, and your affirmation is, I will spend my money wisely. That's always solid advice for a new year. In general, actually, not even a new year. But in this column, we're going to take a look at anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money. Sagittarius, we're going to take a look at that here. The first card that we have is the Knight of Wands. I like the Knight of Wands. When I see this card, it like yells freedom at me. So it's about having the flexibility and the freedom and the ability to be creative. Some of you could be leaving a corporate job to do something more flexible and more creative. Some of you can be moving into a role or job that just in general provides you more flexibility, more freedom. Be sure to take a creative approach on money and your career in 2023. The next card we have is the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of luxury, self-sufficiency, financial gain. I like to see this. This is in general just saying financial gains coming for 2023. So I like to see that big money energy there for you. And at the bottom here we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a very bold card. It's a card of leadership. It's a card of being in power. Again, I could see some of you creating your own business where you're then the leader or kind of that position of power. Or you could be moving into a leadership role. But this is like having your opinion heard and your ability to be creative and that flexibility again. So nice spread there. Let's see what other messages we have. The first card we have is the Empress. The Empress is a card of creation. It's a card of abundance. Two things we love to see in the money column. We want to be able to create that money, create that career we want, and we always want that abundance of physical money, so it's good to see. This pairs really nicely in well with the Knight of Wands with that flexibility, that freedom, that creativity. Again, this is then a card saying you have that ability to create. I do see a lot of you creating your own business or creating your own revenue, or just being in a position where you have the authority to do something of that sort. And then abundance, again, always good for money. At the bottom, or excuse me, middle here, we have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is very solid, practical, wise. Make sure we're making good money moves with the money that we have. If you're not careful, it's like the more money you make, the more money you spend. So try and stay on top of that and spend your money wisely. You have two cards here telling you to spend your money wisely. The King of Pentacles is also a card of investments, typically very wise investments, so you can make some really strong money moves in 2023. At the bottom here we have the Death card. I always like to point out that this doesn't actually mean death, but it is an indicator of transformation and change. With the Death card, this is about things ending, new beginnings, moving on, transforming. So again, I think it's moving into this position of power, moving into this position of freedom and creativity, potentially moving into that leadership role, transitioning from corporate to your own business, but definitely a year of some change for you, but leading to financial gains. So I like to see that. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to money, anything related to love. Similar to the money card, I did just get a new love deck, so let's take a quick peek at what your love message is. Beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. So in this column, we're going to take a look at anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, marriage, children, you name it, whatever you think of when you think of love, Sagittarius. And let's see what messages we've got going on here. The first card is the Six of Pentacles. This is a card of giving or receiving help. It's very generous. I do see you stepping in and helping a family member here, perhaps a sibling. I'm not sure if this person is sick or just going through tough times, but I do see you helping a family member. The next card that we have is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a card of needing to rest, retreat, renew, recover. I always like to give warning, so when we're generous, it's a great feeling, but it can also burn us out. So make sure that you're still taking care of yourself during this resting, retreating, recovering, especially if you end up in like a caregiver role or something like that. That can really take a toll on us, so be cautious of that. At the bottom here, we have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions, isolation. I feel like, again, this is like making sure you're getting the care that you need. You're responsible, unfortunately, fortunately, for getting that self-care that you need. Nobody else can do that for you. So make sure you're doing it for yourself, because otherwise it will not happen. Let's see what other messages I can give you here. The first card we have is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is very confident, very self-assured. If you're not in a relationship currently, I think there's possibility for it to happen, but I really feel like you're kind of living your best life, doing a lot on your own here, Sagittarius. And again, that doesn't mean that you're single, but I just see you making a lot of moves on your own here, but in a really positive way. This is also a reminder to be very confident too and self-assured. We don't really need that validation from anybody else. That's going to come from within. The next card that we have is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a card of being patient. So do keep that in mind. Whatever you want in terms of love, patience is going to be key this year. Another thing with this, when I see this is typically money around you. So this could be your spouse getting a new job, your parents making more money, your roommate getting a new job. This could be moving in with somebody, so going from one income to two incomes. But this is like money surrounding you as well. And at the bottom here, we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a card of speed, action, quick change. So I think things are going to be moving fast for you for love. And there's going to be change here. So again, if you're single and want to enter into a relationship, that's that change. If you want to end a relationship, that's that change you're looking for. And it's going to come pretty prompt, so I think you'll be pleased. Be ready for prompt, but be ready to be patient, remember, with that Page of Pentacles. Okay, now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card context. So this is gaining more information. This is gaining more context. I like this because this seems like this is going to be critical information to move forward with. But let's see what other cards we have coming through here. Oops, not that deck. And the first card we have is the Judgment card. The Judgment card is a card of clarity. It's a card of having information you need to make a decision and then making that final decision. So again, some sort of information coming in here, some sort of new context, some sort of new information, some sort of clarity that you needed. The next card that we have is the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a card of victory, award, recognition, good news, success. This clarity, this information is really going to be an enabler here for you, Sagittarius. It's like the last puzzle piece you need to reach this success. So I like to see that. It's not like you're hanging out waiting for that information. You're going to get what you need when you need it. And then at the bottom here, we have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of commerce, a card of expansion, a card of travel. I feel like this is the information you need to expand, to go start your business, to move your investment portfolio, whatever it may be. Again, it's an enabler to expansion. It's an enabler to financial growth. Let's see what other clarifiers we have here. The first card that we have is the Hermit. The Hermit is about going within for clarity. Conveniently, this is all about clarity. And this isn't so much about going within for clarity. It's now that you have the information, what are you going to do with it? The Hermit is about being on your own personal path, your own personal quest, living your best life, doing what you were meant to do here on Earth. So use this context, use this clarity, and act appropriately with it. Make sure it feels good to you. Make sure you're carrying it forward in the way that fits best. But again, this is about what feels good to you with the Hermit card. The next card that we have is the Page of Swords. This is also a card of truth. So again, this is just gaining the information you need seeing the truth, seeing the path, enabling that success there for you with the Six of Wands. At the bottom, we have the Lover's card. This is a card of love, and we talked about love and connection quite a bit earlier. But this can also be a decision. So anytime we have two of something on a card, it can indicate having to make a decision or having to decide between two things. So I do think with this information, there will then be a decision. You have to make the decision to move forward with it, what path you're going to take it. But again, that will lead to that expansion, to that financial growth. Okay, now at this time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. I would recommend you ask questions about 2023, but you can ask whatever you would like. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck for those questions. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick, Sagittarius. But question number 1 is the Jack of Diamonds. This is number 14 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the 8 of Spades. This is number 32 card. That's also going to be a yes. And question number 3 is the 9 of Spades. This is number 41 card. That's also a yes. So yeses across the board there for you, Sagittarius. We're going to pull a crystal for you for the year. So Healing Stones deck here. Your crystal of the year is garnet, which is good for crisis management. It helps solve chaos. It really gives you confidence and helps you live into your power. We're going to pull a card from our Angel Wishes deck, which is a message from a loved one who's passed away for you. It says, believe in miracles. And we're going to pull a card from from the Let Go deck, because again, we're getting ready to let go of 2022 to move into 23. This says, let all distractions float by, concentrate on things that you really want. And last but not least, we can always use more healing. So we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your healing note says, all healing is first a healing of the heart. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, if you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Sagittarius, and I hope you have the best 2023.